So hello, now I'm presenting this knife. Of course this is Spyderco Native fluted titanium version clone from China, and I saw some videos of the real Spyderco Native, and it's a pretty good copy. I can say that I found no differences in this and the original. This is small knife, relatively small. It's around 177 millimeters, which is 17.5 centimeters long, and the blade was claimed to be real S35VN CPM, which is a crucible particle metallurgy, which is a particle steel, which is yeah, in theory it's better than the real steel because the carbides are far more evenly dispersed in the steel, but I don't know if just regular usage of the knife, like opening boxes and stuff, can see the difference. So yeah, now this knife is a lockback or backlock. I'm not sure what, because I don't like this type of knives, the backlocks. But I like this knife because the design is very cool and the fluted titanium looks gorgeous. So I kinda like this. And it's pretty good knife. When it came, it was very tight, and I had to disassemble it and push a little bit the thing here. It's yeah. So I made it more like lighter to open because it was hurting my finger before that when I tried to open it, and the closing also was pain in the ass. Now it's pretty good, not as good as this cheap copy of course, because this one is just amazing. The only flaw in this one is it's pretty heavy because of the steel liners. This knife was around $20, and it's I think a Spyderco Domino cheap replica, and it's a pretty damn good flipper. It's one of the best flippers in this category, maybe even the best, I'm not sure. And it's pretty sharp out of the box, and it's easy to sharp. But whatever, it's about this Spyderco Native clone. I don't like the lockback, but still it's a very good looking knife. It's very sharp out of the box. It's very comfortable in the hand. It's relatively comfortable because this small handle, it's a little sharp in here. It's nothing too much, but if you hold it longer and you squeeze it tight, you feel it on some points, and you feel it badly. I mean, it can, you know, hurt a little bit in the long run. You know, if you get something and you gotta carve and carve and carve. But for the daily usage, it's cool. The clips is very nice. It's very well fit the jeans. For example, this one has a unique design, very cool, and the clips is shit, but I'll explain that in the next video maybe, because those knives come both together. And yeah, the next review will be for this. So this knife is small. I can compare it to Spyderco Military, for example, which is a huge knife. Yeah, it's a pretty huge compared to this. Also, we can compare it to the Sukhoi clone, which tends to be not Sukhoi clone. It's a different knife, again from, yeah, but whatever, it's not a theme of this conversation here. Let's see how much it weighs. I think it's not a very light knife, but let's see. It's 109 grams, but This knife doesn't look so light because it's small, very small, you know. But still, it's a beautiful knife, as everybody can see. It's very, very pretty. I like it very much. So I will, maybe I will not sell it like I thought I will sell it when I receive it, because when I saw the pictures on AliExpress and I decided to order it, there was no, you know, they cannot show the locking of the knives now, so they photoshopped it. And the fluted titanium was completely covered here and everything, and I thought that it will be a liner lock. And I say, okay, it's a copy of the Native, which is a back lock, but a liner lock. And I say, this is the best, because the liner lock is more comfortable for me for closing with one hand. This one, without the help of some surface, you cannot close it with one hand, in my opinion. Maybe someone could. I cannot do it, because this is, you gotta press it, not super hard, but still. So yeah, that's what I have to say. This is a titanium S35VN steel of the blade, hopefully, but for the $60 for this small knife, I think it's real S35VN, but who knows? You know, this all about this super steels is just a spoiled thing. You don't need that kind of steel in a regular usage. All you need is a 440C with a good heat treatment and hardening, and you're cool, because 440C is obviously one very good steel, which is cheap now. Also D2 is a relatively cheap steel, and it's also very nice if it's properly heat treated. But yeah, we're like I have a knife with S35VN, which is super cool, but it's just the name, the fancy names. And M30 390 super steel, it's cool, and I love when I have a knife from this type of steels, which are more rare and more expensive. But it doesn't mean that you have something particularly very good. It just, I mean, some 20% better than D2, for example, in some characteristics like toughness or hardness or resistance. Yeah, this is this is pretty rust proof still, of course. This is stainless. But almost every steel will rust in the right conditions, like salty water and stuff. So 440C is pretty good. They don't make so much knives anymore. The Chinese, I mean, because I bought mostly Chinese knives. They don't make too much knives from 440C anymore. They use more fancy stuff, or the 8CR MOV something steel, which is almost the equivalent of 440C. But it's questionable if they did proper heat treatment and stuff, so whatever. The name of the steel doesn't mean that much if it's not properly you know, manufactured and heat treated and stuff. So that's about this knife. I didn't talk too much about it, because you can see what it is. It's a backlock. It's a pretty cool. It stays good in the pocket. It's small, comfortable, light. I can recommend it with no problem. Thank you.